week, or maybe even delete them completely. So by the time I move everything to the later folder, I only end up with 20 emails in my inbox. And I want to show you some keyboard shortcuts for the emails. By the way, I use Mozilla Thunderbird, but actually my favorite email tool is Gmail. And that's because it's really easy to search for emails. I mean, Google is the search king, of course, so it's always easier to use Google products. But I started using this, a lot of, like 6 or 7 years ago, and I just never bothered to migrate. But yeah, for my other businesses, I always use Gmail. But anyway, a couple of shortcuts. Control R is how you reply to the emails. So instead of having to go with the mouse and clicking like here and then closing again, you don't want to do that. You want to know, I mean, the more you use your keyboard and the less you use your mouse, the more time you'll have to do, your other stuff. So Control R is to reply to the email. Control L is to forward it. Control Shift R is to reply to all. And let's see what else. And now, once you're in the email, so you can write whatever you want. Control Enter actually sends the email. Control S saves it as a draft. And let's see if I can think of something else. Oh, and by the way, I'm a big fan of using bullet points. And I know that Alt O L B, that's Alt O L B, inserts bullet points. And if I want this, it's Alt O L M. Okay, so anyway, I mean, all these shortcuts are really fun, and they'll save you a lot of time. The other thing I do is and this is extremely important, is when your emails are short, people thank you. They love you for it. People are sick of reading those long emails. So the fewer words, the better. And sometimes one of my biggest tricks is for example, if I need to send an email to Ryan, if what I have to say is short enough, I can just write it in the subject line. So I can say, please send me the report for Gray Hawk, and that's it. I don't need to write Gray, Gray Hawk report here and then say, hi Ryan, would you please? No, it doesn't make sense. I mean, people on my team, they know that I'm not. I love them, and I'm polite, and they know I'm really nice, but they also know I'm really busy, and I train everybody to expect this from me. So people are, I mean, I wouldn't do this with a client. I wouldn't send them, a short email with a couple of of words in the subject line, but I will definitely do this with my employees. And finally, the last tool that I wanted to share with you is, let's go to Gmail. So something really awesome you can do with Gmail is you can set up filters, because I talked about not checking your email, all the time, or at least that's what I do. I don't check my emails all the time, but sometimes I'm expecting really important emails. Like right now, I'm expecting an email from an account that is supposed to close before the end of the day, and as soon as it does, I want to call the client and let him know that he's in good hands and get the campaign started. So what you can do with this is, for example, well, every email client has its own way, but with Gmail, you go to options and then mail settings, and you go to filters. And you can create a new filter, and basically I can say if the email comes from info@grayhawk.com, then what I want for this to happen is to forward it to this email address that I had set up on my phone. Okay, so you can send your emails to your phone or another email address that you check more often, and don't give this email address to anybody, because again, I mean, the whole idea is that you don't get bothered and you can choose what gets there and what doesn't. Also, my employees know that we have a subject. We have a little you know, keyword that goes here that I'm not gonna give it to you because it's only for emergencies. But let's say it's alert 1. So every time, you know, the subject contains alert 1, this will get forwarded to my email account, which I can check on my phone all the time. It's really cool. The other thing that you can do is you can receive SMS or you know, text messages on your phone every time you get any of these important emails. And let me show you how to do it. Every you know, wireless service carrier, they have a different you know, different ways. For example, with AT&T, which is what I have, is the phone number at txt.att.net. For, I don't know, Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon. For Verizon, for example, is the phone number at vtext.com. And I'm going to give you a link to this page so you can check out what, you know, what will work for your cell phone carrier. But basically, you can get an SMS sent to you every time you have something that is kind of like, you know, a red alert or something that you had to be on top of right away. So this is the link where you can where you can get the list of all the email addresses that you can use for every phone carrier, because everyone is different. So it's a bit.ly/K2OU7B. Okay. Okay, that's all. Let's see if we have any questions. Next week, actually, I think it's in 2 weeks from now. Yes, in 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have a really, really amazing webinar. I think you're gonna absolutely love this one. I'm gonna be talking about content marketing, how to position yourself as the #1 expert in your industry. Everybody says content is king. I see very, very few people actually using content efficiently. So I'll be talking about, you know, how some of the most successful companies in the world have been using content to make a lot of money. So you can go to the blog, theoutsourcingcompany.com/blog. Let me see if it's actually posted, or I think I'll need it to do it. Yeah, it's not done yet. So check again in an hour and a half. I forgot to push it live. Sorry. But yeah, check again in about an hour and a half, and you'll be able to sign up for this webinar. Okay. If it's the first time you do a webinar, there's a little box for questions within GoToMeeting. So you can just open that and yeah, and just ask whatever questions you have. So someone is asking if Texter works in Gmail. Yes, it does. It works in Gmail and pretty much every you know, every website, every tool, every software you use. Yeah. And yeah, a lot of people are saying, you know, terrific tools. Thank you so much. So yeah, of course, it's my pleasure. Cool. Yeah, it looks like. So what's the tool that you use inside the webinar invitation that added the webinar to my calendar? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Don. I Yeah, I don't know if you did if that happened automatically, or I'm not really sure what you're asking. Paul is saying that he already tested the follow-up then and the keyboard shortcuts already. Cool. Tamlin is asking if there's a cost to Smartsheet. I don't know if they have a free version. The one I use is $19, and I know there's one for, I think it's like $9.99 a month. I don't know if they have a free version. I think so, because most of these tools use the freemium model, which basically means that it's free for the basic features, and then if you want all the advanced features, you have to pay extra. But yeah, I think they have a free one. Danata is saying that she was a little late for the seminar, and well, that's fine. I mean, this is being recorded and it's gonna be posted to the blog. And Eric is actually answering Don's question, and he's saying that GoToWebinar automatically adds your webinars to your Outlook calendars. Okay, I think that's all for today. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. It was definitely different from the kind of topics I usually talk about, but this is something I'm super passionate about. I'm super geeky, so this is something I really enjoy. Okay, guys, have a great day and have a really good weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.